Good morning. You know what it means to wake up in the morning and have a responsibility to oneself because you are here. Otherwise, you wouldn't be. And that's a remarkable opportunity as well as a responsibility. Because in the sense of a responsibility, you are looking for ways to enhance your attributes of viewing what you feel you need to do. How can I make it better? How can I make my compliance with my goals more available and less elusive? How can I do all of these things? By waking up. When I was awakening this morning, I was in a dream and going from one place to the next, and there was a family in my vicinity which I noticed, and gazing at them from a distance, I noticed that the man or the father figure that was there had one eye, like a cyclops, placed in the center of his forehead. Not two like us, but one. And of course that was a little disturbing to me because I'm not used to seeing cyclops, and caused a reflection upon my own benefit of having two eyes. And I practice with my eyesight every day. I mean, 15 minutes, sometimes another 15-minute session. So I have an awareness of that there are two eyes in my head. And it's not a figurative awareness, as many possess, those who are fortunate to have just normal eyes. They are unique, both of them. They are my left eye and my right eye. And because of the length that I have been exercising, 15 minutes alone is a lot, so that it's speaking to you over time. And then, yes, doing it repeatedly, habitualizing it into daily activity. They change every day. They change all the time. Within the 15 minutes, they are constantly changing. And what am I speaking about? The focus and concentration of each eye, of each cerebrum that they are interacting with, is always fluctuating, always changing, like everything else in this universe of ours. But how often do you think about this in terms of one's eyes? Or better, to a greater degree, of one's mind, one's thinking. Where are you now? Being the beginning of the day, in essence, it is when one has the most energy. It hasn't been dissipated through a day's activity, physical and mental. One's black or white board is clean. The slate is fresh and waiting for the potential of the coming moments. But how often do we think everything is in flux and it is changing? How often do we think that we have two eyes with two images that we superimpose upon each other for the most ideal eyesight? and to a lesser degree for those with poor, blurred vision. This is what we're talking about. How is this a corollary to the rest of one's day, one's life, one's being, one's perception? Crucially important. Are you off 12%, 17%, 25%? Dulled? Maybe you haven't eaten, maybe you haven't sleeping, maybe you've had a few drinks, maybe. That's what came to my mind. And then a sense of gratitude. Because we have two eyes. Regardless of our use of them or our awareness of the properties of our eyesight, we have a gift in our eyesight. In fact, when one initiates this direction, this positive direction, this habit of viewing the world in a wider and more positive perspective, we see this everywhere, in everything. 2 feet, 2 hands, 2 nostrils, 2 ears, 2 lungs, 2 ovaries, 2 testes. Evolution has its hand playing in everything. And as we consider these things and are developing a wider and deeper perspective, one hears sometimes alarms ring or a bell. It is one reaching a juncture where one's limits are being announced. That one might proceed with even more compassion and empathy, gaining insight. Into the communications that are occurring in this world, inside of oneself, in the way oneself is having a relationship with outside of oneself, the universe, one's close associates, co-workers, community. How is this going? Everything. And why, and where, and when, and how, and who, and what. Are we doing to be aware, to be non-biased, to just to learn, to understand, to make better choices, to acclimatize oneself to the current situation, circumstances, and have a direction flowing which is positive, already in motion, supporting oneself. So anyway, it became a thought that I wrote down. These are the thoughts that poured into my consciousness. Be glad for what I have given you. Be thankful. For it is not a necessity, but a gift. Your world, it is not yours, it is mine. And still, you ignore my gifts. I owe you nothing. You owe me everything. So saith the Creator of all things. We are a part of creation. And in ourselves we have the opportunity to express these thoughts and be one with them. To accept, realizing the wholeness of the universe, of the energy swirling in every place, that we are part of this. Simple truth. One need not adulterate it with anything other than what it is. It is the continuity of life, of being, of creation, of everything, of what we call 86,400 moments in each day. It is all of this. Being comfortable and focusing and aware of one's body are hallmarks of an individual seeking to become more mindful in their contemplation. Being all day, whenever one takes a moment and just considers how fortunate we are to be able to play the game of life on this planet. Attitude, perspective, viewpoint, mean the same thing, are suggestive of change, that these ideas and concepts can be changed. And this is what you and I need to be aware of. They are changing, even relentlessly without one's participation or determination or goals or anything. It is just the nature of one's universe. The subtlety of creation is more sensitive and detailed than seemingly we are capable of comprehending. Oh, there is a certain sense of humility. It is hoped that these kinds of concepts and thoughts will help generate in oneself, in your being, in mine, in ours, in us. We can be better stewards of this world, helping it thrive, full of creativity and sparkling life. It is our choice. Follow that which is good and put aside that which is not. Be aware of all the things that we have, our good fortune. Be in awe. Be amazed by one's own thinking, by the sense of reverence you inside of your heart and soul generate to feel awe. Breathe awe in Ujjayi Pranayama. Breathe in long and slow. Pause. Breathe out longer and utter the sound of awe, low and long. Feeling one's body vibrating to this song you are singing to creation. And know whom you are. A shining bundle of miracles. Humbled now before the majesty and immensity of creation. And thankful to have a part. Enjoy. Namaste. Namaste.